Okay, we are going to look at the 5D process, and we are looking at just using some different strategies for solving word problems and trying to find our way to the answer. All right, so the 5D process. So the first thing we want to look at is what do those 5Ds stand for. So our first one is describe or draw. So we're going to describe the important words, write down words that we don't know, record any information that is important to the problem, and if appropriate, draw a picture. Drawing a diagram always helps to just visualize the what the problem is asking. And then I always like to add the question in to the describe and draw so I know what question is being asked of me. Okay. Then we have the define. So we divide this into the number of sub-columns that you need to define all of your terms, and that's what we're trying to find. Then do obviously is the math operations here, so we're going to use our math. And then the decide. That's where we make our decision. Should we try a larger number, or should we try something that's maybe a little bit smaller? Was that too big or too small? Maybe it's the correct answer. So that allows us to kind of make our decision. Once we have done that, we're going to have our declare, and this is the statement that's going to answer your question that hopefully you have written down back up here at the top. All right, so let's take a look at the first example. A scalene triangle has 3 unequal side lengths. The medium length side is 3 centimeters longer than the shortest side. The longest side is twice as long as the shortest side. The total perimeter is 39 centimeters. What are the lengths of the sides of the triangle? Okay, so first I'm going to start by drawing my picture. So here's my scalene triangle. Okay, it's not the perfect picture, but it gets the job done. And then we have our medium length side is 7 centimeters longer than the short side. So I'm going to call my short side X, and then X plus 7 is going to be the medium side. The longest side is twice as long as the short side, so that means it's going to be 2x. So then I'm going to say my perimeter needs to equal 39 centimeters. Okay? All right, so now when I go to the define, that's where I'm going to put my short side, and then I have my medium, and then I have my long. All right, so I can kind of divide it up like that. Then I have x plus 7, and 2x. Okay, so when it comes to the do, now here's where you can do your guess and check method and assign those values to x and do that. But in the do method, I'm going to use algebra, so I have x plus 7, x and plus 2x, and that all needs to be equal to 39. Okay, so if you remember back in our previous units, we did combining like terms. So I'm going to combine my like terms here for a 4x plus 7 is going to equal 39. Okay, now remember when we were balancing out those algebra tile mats, what we do to one side, we must do to the other side. So to move these positive 7s over, I need to subtract. 4x is going to equal 32. Now divide by 4. X is going to equal 8. Okay? So my value for x is 8. So that means my short side is 8 centimeters. My medium side, oh man, can't spell, is 8 plus 7, so that would give me 15 centimeters. And my longest side is 2 times 8, which is 16 centimeters. Okay, so there is my declare for this problem. Travis and Angela were playing a Guess My Numbers game. Angela told Travis, I'm thinking of two positive numbers. The difference of my numbers is 4, and the product of my numbers is 96. What are my numbers? Okay, so on this one, there's not really a picture to draw. So we have two positive numbers. I want to write word because I don't even want to do that. I just want to do positive numbers. So I don't want to get confused with the two in there. Difference of my numbers is 4, so that means x minus y needs to equal 4. The product, which means multiplication, so x times y needs to equal 96. Okay? And then the question, what are the numbers? Oh man, can't make a number sign. All right, so now in the define, okay, there's not really any details to help give me x and y other than x minus y is going to equal 4, and x times y is going to equal 96. So this is a problem where you could use that guess and check method. For me, when I get to the do, I'm actually going to list my factors of 96, because if I list my factors of 96, that's going to give me somewhere to work with the x minus y. So in this case, I know 2 goes into it. It's 2 times 48. I know 3 goes into 96 because 9 plus 6 is 15, so 15 is divisible by 3, and that's going to give me 36. Nope, sorry, that's 32. All right, and then 4 actually goes into 96, which is going to give me 24. And then I have, because both 2 and 3 go into 96, 6 goes into 96, which is going to give me 16. And then I have 8 that goes into 96, which is 12. So now when I look at these numbers that I've listed here, the only one that has a difference of 4 when I subtract them, right? So 48 minus 2, that's going to get me 46. 32 minus 3 is going to get me 29. 24 minus 4 is going to get me 20. 16 minus 6 is going to get me 10. 12 minus 8 is going to get me 4. There's my winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right? So the two numbers are 8 and 12. All right, here's the last problem. The Potter Valley basketball team did not record how many baskets each player made during the last game. Jenny remembers that she made 3 times as many baskets as Grace. Alexis knows that she made 6 more baskets than Grace. Joan thinks she made 4 fewer baskets than Grace. Tammy is sure that she made the same number of baskets as Joan. Altogether, the 5 players made 40 baskets. How many baskets did each player make? Okay, so now we should probably write down our important information. So we have Jenny, and she remembers that she scored 3 times as many as Grace. So 3 times Grace. And then Alexis knows she made 6 more baskets than Grace. So 6 plus Grace. Joan thinks she made 4 fewer baskets than Grace. So that's going to be Grace minus 4. And Tammy is sure she made the same number of baskets as Joan. So Tammy is going to be doing the same thing, which is Grace minus 4. Okay? And then we know Altogether, that has to equal 40 baskets. Okay, so we want to know how many baskets each player made. That is our question. Okay, so in my define, I basically want to divide this up into 5 separate columns for the 5 players. Okay, so I'm going to start with Grace first because she's the name that's used in every single one. So because Grace is used in every single one of these, she's going to become my X value. Okay, then we have Jenny, who's going to be 3x because it's 3 times Grace. Then we have Alexis, and she's going to be 6 plus x because she was 6 more than Grace. Joan is going to be x minus 4 because she scored 4 fewer baskets than Grace. And Tammy's the same there, which is going to be x minus 4. So now I have my 5 players. Okay, and in the do, all of that's going to equal 40. So here's where I could just do my guess and check method, put a value in for x, but I'm going to solve it algebraically, and I'm going to think of my algebra tiles when I was doing the perimeter, and combining all of those. So then that's going to equal 40. Okay, so I have 1x plus 3x is 4x, plus another x is 5x, plus another x is 6x, plus one more x is going to give me 7x. Okay, then I have 6 minus 4 is going to give me 2, minus 4 is going to give me a negative 2, so minus 2 is going to equal 40. Okay, so again, balancing this. What I do to one side, I must do to the other. So to make my 0 pair, a negative 2 would make a positive 2. So that's going to leave me with 7x is equal to 42. Now I divide by 7, and x is going to equal 6. So that means Grace is 6. 3 times 6 is going to give me 18. 6 plus 6 is going to give me 12. 6 minus 4 is going to give me 2. 6 minus 4 is going to give me 2. Okay? So in my declare, I would say Grace made 6 baskets. Jenny made 18 baskets. Alexis made 12 baskets. Joan made 2 baskets. And Tammy made 2 baskets. Okay, so hopefully watching this video has helped you to see a little bit how you can involve algebra into these problems and save yourself some time by not using the guess and check method. If the guess and check method works for you, obviously you're welcome to use that as well. All right, have a good day.